Miles Byrd, who has played such a prominent role on this team heading back to the NCAA tournament. So first of all, Miles, appreciate you hopping on. Hope you're doing well today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, John and Jim.
Well, first of all, I mean, what's your mindset like? I mean, you're on this team a year ago, but obviously your role has changed so much. You're playing such a big role for this team. What's it like this time around for you as opposed to a year ago?
I mean, same thing. I mean, last year I wasn't playing on the court, but I still feel like I had a good part in our run. Helping the team out, getting ready for the game. So I'm doing the same thing this year, just trying to provide energy through our scout, trying to help the team get ready the best I can, and I know we'll do that.
And, being in the rotation now like you are, unlike last year in the tournament, I mean, how exciting is it for you, your first NCAA tournament where you're going to be playing some big-time minutes and have a big-time role here coming up? For you, is there little jitters, nervousness, or is just all excitement going into Friday?
A little bit of both. Definitely nervous. I mean, something I've grown up watching my whole entire life. I remember when I was in third grade and my dad's team had made it and they were going to Austin, Texas to play a game. So just like those memories when I was a kid going to watch my dad's team play in March Madness and now actually being able to step on the court and help out another team win. I think that's something I've always dreamed of. So nervous, but definitely ready.
Miles, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know I've talked to Elijah about this, and I probably have asked you about it as well. It seems like the relationship you and Elijah Saunders have is a pretty unique one, right? You've roomed, you came into the program together, you've both had huge roles on this team as sophomores. And I see it on court too. I see sometimes maybe you'll dish over to him and he'll hit a three, and the way you guys kind of look at each other and acknowledge your play together. What is that relationship like?
I mean, we've had the same experience here last year. I mean, like I've always said, every freshman wants to play in the country, but sometimes when the team's really good and really experienced, like our team was last year, we're going to have to take that back seat role. So me and Elijah, we've had the same journey coming in. So, I'm just as excited hitting the three as seeing him hit a three because I remember being on the bench with him last year in those key moments. We definitely have that friendship to where we're happy when each other succeed,
For you, in this year, what do you feel like the most growth you've seen in your game from the start of the season to right now?
I just say being more solid. I mean, I definitely can remember the up and down parts of the beginning of the season for me. I mean, there were some games where it felt like I just wanted to pull myself off the court because I felt like I was making so many mental errors. But, through the seasons, through the games I've played this season, I mean, I feel like I've definitely matured a little bit and being more solid both offensively and defensively, trying to control the highs and the lows.
Yeah, it seems like you're much more confident out there, especially on defense. The last couple of games, you've had some amazing blocks, especially in the Mountain West Conference tournament. I mean, is that something that you practice, or is it just because your length you're so long, like you just go up and just have a timing for getting those big time blocks?
I think it's a mixture. I mean, obviously when we play teams like New Mexico where they have a lot of smaller guards, I'm going to be guarding someone who's maybe 3-4 inches shorter than me. So having that size advantage against them gives me a opportunity to get blocks, but also just like playing with instincts, playing with feel. I feel like the amount of basketball I've watched in my lifespan is definitely giving me a boost when I feel like making a defensive play in the passing lane or going for a block helps out,
Miles Byrd with us right now, San Diego State sophomore guard. Again, the Aztecs get UAB Friday at 10:45 a.m. First round NCAA tournament action. To kind of follow up on that conversation about your defense, about your length. Everyone knows at San Diego State, it starts with defense. I mean, you think about the Aztecs and you think about defense and rebounding and tenacity and physicality. What's that process been like for you? Because there's been incredible growth in your game. I mean, everyone talks about offense in basketball, but there's just been incredible growth in your game defensively as well, right?
I mean, yeah, when you come to a school like San Diego State, it's something that you're going to hear from your first day on campus to the day you leave. So last year, seeing guys like Keshad and Adam Seiko, seeing different, I wouldn't say different sizes, but just different positions, the way that they can guard, the way that Keshad knew his length so well when he was guarding younger, smaller guards. So it's like I definitely took notes from some of the guys that came before me.
We talked to Lamont about a half hour ago, and he said that the team's confidence is, very high going into this tournament, even though in the last 15 games, you guys are 8-7. Unfortunately, didn't win the Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship or the regular season title. But, just after last year, and we talked so much about last year and the run to the national championship, but a lot of same players remain in leadership roles and playing in big time roles here on the court. But do you feel that? Do you feel like the confidence with this team, even though you might have struggled recently, is still very high because of what happened last year and knowing that you guys can have make that run again potentially?
Definitely. I mean, I feel like part of our team culture is just our swagger here. We never really let anything affect our confidence, especially because we started with defensive confidence, and there's nothing in the world that could stop us from being confident defensively, just because we know how we do it as a squad here. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely confident going in the tournament. It helped getting those 2 wins in the Mountain West tournament. Every team that you play in the Mountain West tournament is good and can prepare you for a game in March. So that helped out. But yeah, we're never going to lose that confidence.
Miles Byrd with us right now on John and Jim. Just speaking about how the league prepares you. I mean, the league, since you've been here the last 2 years, has been really good. Obviously, 4 teams last year in the NCAA tournament, 6 teams this year. What does that do for you from a preparation perspective? Because you're playing essentially teams night in and night out that are playing in the same tournament that you're going to be playing in.
Yeah, I mean, the Mountain West this year was a gauntlet. I mean, there was definitely no games off this year. And as you can see, like even teams like Air Force could go into New Mexico and get a win any night. So it's like there was no games off this year, which helps us out because we stay mentally sharp throughout the whole entire year. While some teams could be playing against lesser opponents, which could come to backfire in the tournament.
What's Selection Sunday like? I'm just curious. I was in the room yesterday when you guys were there, but it played out so quickly. You were in the first part of the first region in the East.
Like
all of a sudden,
2 minutes.
Yeah, you guys were only in the room for a couple of minutes, but like you said, it's something you dream about as a kid. So what is that process like as a player?
I mean, it's funny. I feel like back-to-back years has been pretty quick in that room. So not a lot of anticipation for us when it comes to Sunday the past 2 years. But, I mean, anybody who has the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament should be grateful and happy in the position they are. I mean, I talk about it with Elijah and my roommate Cam all the time. Like, there's so many people in college basketball who don't get to experience some of the stuff that we get to, experience on a day in, day out basis. Like, just having fans at every game and being in the NCAA tournament, like stuff like that. You definitely not be grateful for it if you see it every year, but I mean, something to be happy about.
I know it's hard to focus, not focus only on just your game, but do you happen to look at the rest of the bracket at all? Like seeing like what region you guys are in and what other teams are around you? Or is it just like head of steam, UAB? That's the only thing we're focusing on right now.
I mean, I'm a basketball fan, so I've been looking around at the brackets and stuff, not just our region, but just every team in general. But I mean, from our team's standpoint, we're locked in on UAB, and then let's try to get past there.
Miles, congratulations on everything to this point this season and in your 2-year career on the Mesa. It's been obviously special times here. We're really excited about Friday. I know Aztec fans are. I'm sure your team, of course, is, and the coaches as well. But thanks for hopping on. We know it's busy, and we'll catch up with you this week in Spokane, Washington.
Thanks, Miles.
All right.
Appreciate you guys for having me.
Great stuff. Really great. I mean, really, really good young man like Lamont Butler. There's a lot of great individuals in the program. It's not just great basketball players, and it sounds cliche, but it's true. But he's someone that's just, I mean, he didn't really play a year ago. So to then make this type of impact when you didn't really play a year ago, like that's easier said than done.